Alright everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a Scareclaw deck profile. This is a deck that has not really seen much support or much play, but I enjoy this deck a lot. So this deck has a fun gimmick of turning all the monsters on the field to defense mode, and then you can just swing through them and pretty much OTK your opponent with this. This is kind of just a fun generic deck. I took out most of the hand traps. I have one kaiju in here just for spot removal. But this is a fun casual deck that most of your friends will probably hate. So without further ado, let's get started. I play 3 copies of Scareclaw Reichart. When Reichart is special summoned, all these cards have the same ability that can be special summoned to the same column or adjacent zone to another Scareclaw monster you control. So just keep that in mind. When Reichart is summoned, you can add one Scareclaw spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And then if you have 3 or more Scareclaw monsters in defense position, you can draw 1 card. So my best advice for this guy is just to summon him like as the last one. There's 3 Scareclaw monsters, 4 if you count Kashtira. I would summon him on as your 4th summon, just so you can get that extra draw and get some card advantage there. But just a special summon and one of your main starters in the game. Next we play 3 copies of Scareclaw Acro. Acro, same effect. He can be summoned to a column or adjacent zone to another Scareclaw monster. Once per turn, or your Scareclaw monsters in the extra monster zone gain 300 attack for each defense position monster you control. So once you get the whole board up, all your Scareclaw monsters in your link zone gain a big bonus. Next, we play 3 copies of Scareclaw Astra. When Astra has the same summoning effect, but when he is in defense mode and on the field, your Scareclaw monsters and your link or extra monster zone can attack up to the number of times each battle phase, up to the number of defense position Scareclaw monsters you control with different names. So if you get lucky enough and you can get all 5 of them out, your Scareclaw Triheart, which is your main go-to boss monster in this, can attack 5 times each battle phase because you have 5 defense position Scareclaw monsters. So just keep that in mind, that this card is a very good powerhouse if you're going second. I play 3 copies of Scareclaw Balone. Same summoning effect, but this one, when he is on the field, the Scareclaw monsters in your extra monster zone are able to inflict piercing damage. So you automatically turn everything to defense in the first place, so you don't have to worry about that, and then you can just swing into it and still do the damage even if they're all in defense mode. So all 3 of these have amazing effects, and then you can use that Reichart, which was the first card, to summon after those 3 to get that extra draw. This one does not have the same summoning effect. This one is a little different. During the main phase, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, banish a Kashtira or Scareclaw monster from your hand or graveyard. So it is a free special summon, but you do have to remember that you'll have to banish one of those cards, another one of your Scareclaw cards. But his other effect is when he is in defense position, he is able to attack from defense position, with his defense being the score you go off of for any battle. So not his attack. So when he is in defense position and attacks from defense position, it's kind of like Super Heavy Samurais. They go based off their defense for their attack. Next, I play 2 of the Vice's Starfrost. If this card's in your hand, you can target 1 monster you control with different type and attribute, which all your Scareclaws are. Then this card, and destroy that monster, and if you do, special summon him. So you can pop him out easily. You can only summon him once that way, though, per turn. Then When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can make this card gain attack equal to the original attack or defense of that monster, whichever is higher. So, it does not say till the end of the turn. So, from what I am gathering, this card just keeps getting bigger. Because unless it says at the end of the turn, normally that's a permanent gain. So just keep that in mind. These are some fun tech cards that I've been playing in the deck that have been good for me, which are Psychic Wielder and Psychic Tracker. You don't really use their second effects. It's mainly just if you control another level 3 monster other than Psychic Tracker or Wielder. You can special summon them out onto the field. So all your main deck Scareclaw monsters, except for Reichart and Kastira, are all level 3. So it's just extra body so you can link climb quicker into your Scareclaw monsters that you need to finish off the OTK. Next, we play, for the last monster, that one kaiju I was telling you guys about. Gamma Seals, just so that way if there's a card on your opponent's board that's a little bit problematic, you're able to use Gamma Seal to get rid of it and just pop it and get it out of the area. That way you don't have to worry about anything that says you cannot target this card, because technically they do not target, they tribute for cost. So that is your way to get around the cards that say it cannot be targeted by card effects. Is kaijus and lava golem, honestly. I then play 3 copies of Primitive Planet Reichphobia. When this card is activated, add 1 Scareclaw monster or Vice's Starfrost from your deck to your hand. And monsters your opponent control loses 100 attack and defense for each defense position monster. So remember, if you get Scareclaw Tryhard, your main boss monster, out onto the field, all monsters will be in defense position anyways. So they're going to be losing 100 attack and defense for each one of those. And it doesn't say on your field, it's just on the field. So if the entire board is full on their side, the entire board is full on your side, that's a big deduction they're taking. Also, if you have 3 or more defense position monsters on the field, you can target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. So remember that. That's once per turn, but you get a free pop every turn, because most of the time you're going to have your board set up and then you're just going to keep it protected. So remember, you can always use that destruction effect once per turn off of Reichphobia. Next, we play 2 copies of Scareclaw Defanging. Your opponent cannot target Scareclaw Link monsters or Visa's Starfrost you control with card effects. So your Tryhard that's in your extra monster zone, just remember he cannot be targeted by card effects. So it makes him protected. Also, you can banish any monsters destroyed by battle with Scareclaw Link monster or a Vice's Starfrost you control. You can also banish 1 Scareclaw Link monster from your field or graveyard, then target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. You can use this effect of Scareclaw Defanging once per turn. So once again, just like Reichphobia, it has a pop. So that's 2 pops upon your board. So just keep that in mind, that you have 2 continuous once per turn destruction pops between Defanging and Reichphobia. Next, this one is definitely a 3 of. It is Scareclaw Arrival. Target 1 Scareclaw monster or Vice's Starfrost in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. If a Scareclaw Link monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, remember that's battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. The second effect of that is a once per turn, but the target 1 Scareclaw monster or Vice's Starfrost in your graveyard and special summon it in defense position, that one you can use multiple times. So this is a good card to have as a 3 of, because you can use it 3 times, but the second effect of banishing it from the graveyard to protect your cards is only a once per turn. So 3 of these. Next, I play 2 copies of Scareclaw Straddle. Straddle, he has 2 great effects. The first effect, you can target a Scareclaw monster or 1 Vice's Starfrost in your main monster zone, and 1 face-up monster your opponent controls your monster gains attack and defense equal to the opponent's monster's attack and defense, whichever is higher. And the second one, when a card effect is activated that targets a Scareclaw monster or Visas Starfrost you control, negate that effect. You can only activate one of these a turn. So that's why I have it as 2. Because most of the time you try to wrap this game up pretty quick with this deck, so you probably won't need more than 2. But it's a good idea to keep in mind that it is a negation and it is also a attack boost. I then play 1 copy of Scareclaw Decline, because you can recycle your primitive planet Reichphobias with this card. Because you can target one of the primitive planets you control or in your graveyard and return it to your hand. Then, if you control Visas Starfrost, you can change one monster your opponent controls to face down defense position. So you can flip it down if it's a problematic card, because not all the problematic cards cannot be targeted. So if it's one that is able to be targeted, you can flip it face down and not worry about it. If there are more defense position monsters are on the field, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Scareclaw card from your graveyard to your hand. So it's just more recyclability. So you can target the Reichphobia, add that back to your hand, and then you get another card by banishing it from the graveyard to add that back to your hand. Good card right there as a 1-of. This one I play as a tech. I play 3 copies of Emergency Teleport, because this is to help rush out your copies of Sidekick Wielder and Sidekick Tracker, just so you have extra bodies on the board to help you link climb. So it's a pretty simple card to help get those 2 out. Next, I play 2 books of Lunar Eclipse. You can discard a card, then target 2 face-up monsters on the field, change them to face-down defense position. So if you don't have your Scareclaw Tryhard and you're trying to go full combo and you just don't want to worry about dealing with their monsters or their effects while you're trying to go off, flip them face down and then don't worry about it until you're done. Hopefully they don't have anything else. Just flip their monsters down as some protection to your combo. Next, we play 1 copy of Reinforcements of the Army. This card is in here strictly just so you can get your Scareclaw Reinhardt to your hand, because he is a level 4 warrior compared to the rest of them, which are beast monsters. Reinhardt is a warrior, so you can summon him off of this or add it to your hand. Next, we play a little bit of spot removal. We play Lightning Storm, so you can destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls or destroy all spells and traps your opponents control. Basically, it's Raigeki and Featherstorm in 1 card. It's kind of a common staple in the game by now. But if you control no face-up cards, activate this. This can just make it so you can clear whatever is more problematic, so you can start your turn if you're going second. Next, we also play the 1 copy of Call by the Grave. This card is great for if people try to Ash Blossom you, or any of the cards that are hand traps, effective healer, any of those. It helps negate those and allow you to keep playing the game, so that way people can't just say no. Next, we're playing 1 copy of Scareclaw Splash. This one, you can target a Scareclaw monster or Visas Starfrost you control. It can attack while in face-up defense position this turn, and if it does, apply the attack and defense, whichever is higher for damage calculations. So kind of like the Scareclaw Kashtira, where it can attack from defense and use its defense as its attack points. This one, it allows you to do it with any of the Scareclaw monsters. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to OTK your opponent. You can pick another one besides Kashtira and use them also, just to swing a little bit more heavy. When an opponent activates a card or effect while you control a Scareclaw monster in the extra monster zone, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard, negate that effect, and if you do... Oh, you can only use that effect once per turn. Sorry, my bad. I don't know where I was getting those words. So, and then last, we have 1 copy of Scareclaw Twinsaw. You tribute 1 Scareclaw monster, then target 2 cards your opponents control. Destroy them, and if you do, If you control Visa Starfrost, banish those cards instead of sending them to the graveyard. If a Link 3 or higher monster on the field, which Scareclaw Tryhard is, you can banish this card from your graveyard for the rest of the turn. Neither player can activate effects of Link monsters on the field. So, I believe it does not affect Tryhard because of his not able to be affected by spell card or by card effects, but the rest of the Link monsters on the field will still be affected. So that is it for the main deck. I will show you now the extra deck. We play 3 copies of that main boss monster I told you, Scareclaw Tryhard. This is going to be your heaviest hitter you can get. This one, all face-up monsters on the field are changed to defense position. I've tried this on multiple games. The minute people summon another card, it automatically turns it to defense mode. So it's not just the current cards on the field. This is all cards that come onto the field go into defense position. Once per turn, if this card is in the extra monster zone, you can target a level 3 Scareclaw monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, add 1 Scareclaw monster from your hand or from your deck to your hand. So this is another way to start ramping into getting all the Scareclaw monsters onto the field to get his bonus effects. You can ramp up into him and then summon a monster into the column he points to, and then from adjacent monsters summon all your other ones to adjacent to the Scareclaw you already have out. So that one is how you start ramping up into the OTK. We then play 3 copies of the Scareclaw Lightheart. For this card's Link summon, you can only use monsters that are in your main monster zones as material. If this card is Link summoned in the extra monster zone, you can add 1 primitive planet Reichphobia from your deck to your hand. So this is a good searcher for your field spell. If you don't have it yet throughout your combo so far, this is your main first step to go into it, because you can get your Reichphobia, you can get that draw off of it if you control 3 or more, and then you also have a life pop off of that. So then, if you control a Visa Starfrost, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. So if you can get that Visa Starfrost out there and you need an extra monster just to have more on the board, you can bring him back from the graveyard if you control the Visa Starfrost. Next, we play 2 copies of the Vicious Astrolaud. He must be special summoned from the extra deck by banishing the above cards from your field or graveyard. Cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is special summoned, you can target 1 other monster on the field, destroy it, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to half of that monster's original attack, or defense, whichever is higher. So, once again, doesn't say till the end of the turn. So that is a permanent gain that he gets that attack. So it's a great card to keep in here as another powerhouse in case Tryhard does not work out. Next, we have a Barricade Borg Blocker. If this card is Link summoned, you can discard 1 card during the end phase of this turn. Add 1 continuous field or continuous orbed field spell from your graveyard to your hand. So another way to just recycle your field spell back to the field, or back to your hand, then onto the field. You can only use this effective Barricade Borg Blocker once per turn. Face-up spells you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which is just another protection for your field spell and any of the other spells that you're playing in this deck. Like Defanging, since it's a continuous, you want to be able to protect that. So Barricade Borg Blocker is just a good spell protection. Next, we play the Dark Charmer. Most of the cards in this game right now that are super heavy hitters are lights or darks. So this is a good way just to get another body on your field, because you can summon a dark monster from your opponent's graveyard. So this is just another extender. I then play one Nightmare Phoenix, which is a good spell negate because it just destroys one spell or trap your opponent controls. And then one Nightmare Unicorn because it can shuffle a card from the field back into the deck. So those are just good spot removals. Another powerhouse, I play Access Code Talker. He's very cheap now. So I figured throw him in there as another boss monster potential because you do a lot of link summoning. So you should be able to get him up to his full potential also. If for some reason you can't link, and you have all the level 3 Scareclaws out, I wanted to have a way to have something to do. So I put in a Genosaurus. All it takes is 2 level 3 monsters. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can detach 1 Xyz monster from this card, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. So it's just mainly there for some burn damage if your combo gets stopped and you need something to do. And then last, the card everybody knows already, Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis. This is good just for stopping super strong cards, plus it's one that will allow you to return 1 monster from the field to the hand. So it's just another spot removal. Most of this is all spot removal, or it's mainly based around the attack. But that is the deck profile. Like I said, this whole deck is based around all gas just to try and defeat your opponent quickly. But it does have some spot removal and some extra games play at the end in case you need it. It can go the long game, but it's definitely a short play deck. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. I am enjoying making these videos for you guys. Like I said, let me know if you want these longer format videos or if you want shorter format videos in the comment section. Leave me a like and subscribe if you would, please. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.